Okay. All right. Welcome to episode 10-ish.
Yeah.
10, 12, 115 of the weekly Rapp with Vachon and Rapp. And I'm Frank Rapp, hanging out in my office slash wife's work area slash toy room that she hates to sit in when she has Zoom meetings because there's men with no shirts on behind her.
And I'm Matt Vachon, live in front of my CDs.
As per usual. And I'm gonna drink coffee out of my mug from my granddaughter-ish, step-granddaughter-ish, I guess that you can call it that. Whatever. Fuck, I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
So to start off the show right off the bat, I got vaccinated with the COVID vaccine Thursday night. And for about 12 hours on Friday, from about noon Friday to about midnight Friday night, Saturday morning, I felt like absolute shit.
Which one did you get?
I got the Johnson & Johnson, so I got the one shot.
Yep.
My
Nice.
right arm, which is still sore, and it's Sunday.
Yeah.
I had chills, and then the chills broke. Then I was fucking hot to touch, and I had a massive headache.
Man.
And I still didn't feel very good yesterday, but I had to go to work, and I had to go to my other job, and no one was going to cover my shift at 6:55 yesterday morning, so I kind of had to get out of bed. So it's I'll be fully vaccinated in like 2 weeks, I guess. So
Yep. Nice. Yeah.
I guess it's all because I work at a school. If I didn't work at a school, I would probably not have gotten it. But I've been in 2 quarantines, and it's just it's better that I have it. And I was hemming and hawing about it.
And you did it for me. You did it for me because I'm a crazy person.
I did. I did it for one of my crazy best friends. Actually, let him come over to my house now that he's never seen. So that would be fantastic. So we had.
So when I get mine too, we're gonna do a live podcast together, same room.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
We'll do a watch along. We'll do something fun. So.
Oh yeah, we'll watch that exploding barbed wire match that never exploded.
We're all lucky to be alive.
Oh, I can't wait to talk about this today. This is gonna be great. So, let's start off with this. We're not going to start wrestling first. We'll start off with sports first because we'll get it out of the way. Fucking Dak got paid.
Yeah, Dak got paid.
A lot. They're so stupid to wait this long. They should have paid him 3 years ago, and they wouldn't have to spend so much money.
Yep.
But Jerry Jones thinks he's the fucking god of everything, so he can do whatever he wants. And Jerry Jones, fuck you, because you just totally crippled your team. Nice job.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that he tipped his hand, that basically by him paying that much money, it's because he knows the new TV deal is going to be huge. So he's got more money coming in, but. Yeah, I mean, same thing. They paid the fucking asshole tax for waiting so long. So I mean, that's what that was. So.
Yep. Good. Fuck you, Dallas, because that's fantastic. And with the salary cap going down 8%, you got people, and you got to restructure shit. And good luck.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting to see who the odd man out is. I think. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on from Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, Pollard looked all right last year, and you're paying Pollard a lot less than what you're paying Zeke. So, plus he's an Ohio State guy, and fuck Ohio State.
Touche. Because as we know, you're a Michigan guy. So
yeah.
Speaking of Michigan guys, your boy Brady got paid again. So. He got, is it a 4-year? It's a 4-year extension?
Yeah, they reworked it. So, it's a 4-year extension,
And he gets all the money up front, right? Because it's a signing bonus?
They it's similar to how he would do his contracts in New England, where he would restructure it so he would get a lot more of the money via signing bonus, so and then saving some cap space. So, but yeah, he got paid, and he's going to play until he's 46, and who knows if he'll even go the 4 years. It's basically, I think it's like, well, all right, this is the buffer. You're going to retire here, basically. So
Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
no.
Um,
So
no, and he saved them a ton of space. They
yep,
franchised Godwin. Um,
yep,
they got to resign. They re-signed Shaquille Barrett, I believe. That's what I read.
yeah,
They got a couple other people they got to resign. Like, what do you do with Gronk?
yeah,
What do you do with Antonio Brown? Do you bring him back? What do you do with Fournette? Do you bring him back? You know what I mean? Like, they got some,
yeah,
they got some holes to fill, like everybody else.
yeah,
But
for sure.
they have the best quarterback ever. And if you have the
Yeah,
best quarterback ever, and he has an offensive line, and he has people around him, they're gonna win. And he
yeah,
pre-proved that this year. So
yeah, and the offensive line, mostly is pretty young, and
yeah,
I mean relatively inexpensive right now. So
right,
they,
true.
they're they're in good shape with that protecting him. So,
Yeah.
but,
And your favorite team re-signed Cam.
yeah, for some unknown reason, um, you know, I don't, you know, the contract is very incentive laden, where he could, it's like 6 million, but could earn up to
14.
14 million. Yeah. And so, but I don't think he's ever going to get all those. But I just can't see him being the guy. I see him being brought in more as like the insurance policy. But I figure, so I think they draft somebody, and then, but I don't know. I don't know, man. It might be another wash year. They might move on from Gilmore too. One of the best cornerbacks in the league. That talk. There's. I saw a report earlier in the week that said, yeah, it's a foregone conclusion that he's pretty much gone. With the trade at some point before the season starts. But
Well, the
so
new league year starts what, Wednesday?
I think so. Yeah.
And then, like, does legal tampering start tomorrow, where they can illegally or legally talk to people and
Yeah.
not like announce they've signed them, but not if you know what I mean? They can't sign a contract yet. Kind of
Yeah.
like all those
Right.
trades.
Right.
Like Wentz's trade and Jared Goff's trade won't be official till
Yeah.
Wednesday. So
Right. Right. Right.
Gilmore's gone because they'll trade Gilmore for a first round or second round pick in the draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what Belichick does. But I
Yeah.
can't see them trading up in the draft to get a quarterback because no one's going to follow them at 15. Not what everyone's predicting. They're going to trade
Yeah.
up, and he never trades up.
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's so originally there was some talk. Well, maybe Mac Jones would fall to him, but when you look at all the draft predictions right now, like all the good quarterbacks are now going higher and higher. So,
They have the Eagles taking Mac Jones at 6 in one of the mocks I saw.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
think Mac Jones was that good. I thought he was just a system quarterback,
yeah,
and he played with some really good receivers.
yeah,
And,
playing
I
great
mean,
receiver. Well, that's what I saw. Like, yeah, I mean, they had him going. They had him going as like I think like the third quarterback off the board or
yeah,
whatever. Now.
yeah, they have him going ahead of Trey Lance,
Yeah,
and some even over Justin Fields.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I don't know. I never know what they're gonna do there. So we'll see. But yeah, I was when I think my exact words were, a guy came up to me at work and he goes, I just got a thing on my phone. It said the Pats re-signed Cam Newton, and he's not a Patriot fan. so yeah, he was like happy about it, bringing it to my attention. I was just like, fuck me. Like, really? Like, Jesus Christ.
I think you sent me the puke emojis, like 10 of them.
Yeah, well, yeah. And then when I got to my phone, you messaged me, and yeah, and that was it was just puke emojis. So yeah.
They have a good offensive line now because they just traded for Trent Brown, who they had a year ago.
They had yeah. So.
And Isaiah Wynn, he's a big motherfucker, and Trent Brown's a big motherfucker.
Yeah.
So you know what? I can't see them paying $14 million for an insurance policy at quarterback because that's too much money. If they draft one, they're going to trade up for one, and they're going to give up a lot to get one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they think there's a franchise quarterback in those quarterbacks, then they're going to go get one. If they don't, then they're going to either trade back or in stockpile picks like they always do, or they're going to stay at 15 and they're going to see what they can get at 15 because they have a lot of holes to fill just like everybody else.
Yeah, right.
And we've never said that ever in the last 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, they need quarterbacks, they need receivers, blah blah blah, tight ends. But then they'll draft like, a safety,
a left tackle.
Yeah, they'll draft, like something. I'm like, okay, like I don't understand. Like, not always the best drafting team. Like they get credit because they got Brady at 199. And but it's like really okay. I mean, they haven't hit a lot of home runs
since.
Yeah. I mean, they find like they do a better job at evaluating talent and finding kind of people's throwaway players and making them fit in the system. But I don't know.
Yeah. They're like the Eagles in a retrospect where they can't fucking draft, and yet they find these people off like, the side of the road and they do well.
Yeah.
Remember Kurt Warner was bagging groceries and playing in like Arena League, and look what happened to him. He's in the Hall of Fame now. Who would have thought that?
Yeah, right.
So speaking of that TV deal, so I think Sunday Ticket's up next year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they're going to be, all those games are going to be on some sort of streaming platform, and they're going to make a ton of money on that. And then I can't remember, is the CBS deal up or something's up? I think Thursday night's up, and I guess Amazon wants it, and Amazon's going to pay out the ass for it.
Because they can.
Yeah. Amazon's like Walmart. They own everything.
Yeah. So, that's the thing. Yeah, these next contracts are going to be huge. So,
yeah.
Whoever gets them. But you're right. It is going to be on probably a pre-existing streaming platform, so.
Well, that's what everything's going to now. Like, this is all everything is. Like,
like who would have thought WWE was going to Peacock, a year ago or 6 months ago, or like whatever. But
or even when they first launched. Remember when they first launched? Like, it was like, oh my God, this is great. And then when they first launched, you couldn't find anything.
Yeah.
But it was a great concept at the time. But I mean, if I would leave, if I had my own streaming service and someone came to me and say, hey, we'll give you $1 billion for 5 years.
Yep.
Sign me up, Scotty.
Yep.
I mean,
I'll throw babies in the river for like $1 billion for 5 years. I'll just every day, just hucking kids right in the river. I would do that for that kind of money. And I'm a good Catholic.
All right, this show's over. This has gone completely off the rails. 15 minutes in. So speaking of TV deals, ESPN is bringing back hockey.
Yeah, I saw that. Which, I mean, I don't really watch a ton of hockey now, but I loved watching ESPN hockey when I was a kid with Gary Thorne and
Gary Thorne and that music and.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So I have like some nostalgia for it, but it's like I'm at the point now where I don't watch too much hockey. I like the Penguins. I watch Penguins games occasionally, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'll watch the Flyers if they're on. Have it on in the background. But it's a good deal for them. They got 7 years. Like I think it could be worth up to $2 billion. I think. Yeah. They're getting rid of the NHL.TV. It's all going to be on ESPN Plus, so it's going to force people to buy ESPN Plus. And if you bundle ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, you get it for $13.99. It's gone up $1, according to the email I got the other day. So, it's still cheaper than buying them all separately. So, we rarely watch Hulu, but Brooklyn watches Disney Plus, and I watch ESPN Plus. Because I like to watch the 30 for 30 stuff, like the old stuff, and. If there's if they're following a feature group on like a golf show, I'll throw that on TV. Like just background shit. I don't watch a lot of their stuff. I don't watch Stephen A. I don't watch fucking Greeny. I don't watch any of their
Oh,
bullshit. The only thing I really watched was the Levitard show, and now they're off ESPN. So you don't fucking even watch it anymore. So I do like Marty and McGee on Saturday mornings at like for they're on for like 3 hours, but you can see them on TV. But I mean, other than that, I could care less about their radio programming or anything else.
Yeah, same. Yeah,
I'll watch I'll watch SportsCenter to see Van Pelt because Van Pelt's the fucking man because he's bald like us and it's fantastic. He's the best thing they have on ESPN besides Barry Rhodes' mullet. So
yeah, right. It's a good deal for the NHL too. Like it's for America anyway, because exposure wise, you're gonna get so many, more views now that it's on ESPN and not on, CBC or, what is it, like NBC Sports or
and then the normal NBC and because as we talked, MSNBC the MSNBC network's going away at the end of the year. So they're not going to have any sports programming anymore. So like hockey's gone for them. All they have left is football, and that's going to be on NBC on Sunday nights. So I mean, I know they have they have soccer, but that's usually that'll be either on Peacock now, like it is now, or it's going to be on NBC on Saturdays and Sundays, and like at noon or whatever it is. So
I watch most of the games. Like occasionally they're on TV, but most of the time I catch it on Peacock anyway. So that's fine.
Any other sports news we should talk about? Can't think of anything else that really happened other than all that crap.
No, I mean not really.
I mean,
Marvelous Marvin Hagler died yesterday.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I watched a lot of like the Hagler Hearns clips that people were posting and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't know. As far as sports, I think those are the highlights or lowlights, I guess.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the NFL offseason starts supposedly Wednesday, and this is probably the best ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather watch this shit than watch the fucking actual football sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, because they're ESPN will have, and the NFL Network will have wall-to-wall coverage of this shit for like fucking days about
this. And then we'll get closer to the draft, and it'll get even crazier.
The draft is going to be, man. That draft's going to be something on that Thursday night. That first round is going to be something. Like it's going to be, it's going to be mind blown. They're actually going to let you go into your facility now, and you're actually going to be in the same room. It's not going to be over fucking Zoom like it was last year. But you have to wear masks and you have to social distance. I'm like, fucking Christ, really? Like, fucking mask shit's fucking awful. I'm tired of this shit. But even when I'm vaccinated, I still have to wear a fucking mask supposedly. Yeah. Which I don't want to, but whatever. Yeah. Walk around school with my middle finger up. Hey, I'm vaccinated. I'm not wearing a fucking mask. So, we'll see how long. We'll see how long I'm employed after that. All right, so let's move on. We'll talk some wrestling. So we'll start with some. We won't do the AEW stuff yet. We'll wait on that because that's going to take up. Okay. NXT announced they're having Stand and Deliver on April 7th and 8th. April 7th will be on USA. April 8th will be on Peacock. John Laurinaitis is back as head of talent relations.
To mixed reviews.
Mixed reviews to say the least. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
We texted with John and he doesn't understand it.
Not Laurinaitis, not John Laurinaitis.
No, not the actual John Laurinaitis, our friend John, who's just as big as a mark at wrestling as we are. So is our friend Scott. Honestly, let's be real. I don't get this. I don't get why. Unless did Carano get a fucking raise or a promotion that no one heard of? Because because what I read was they have like two different departments. You have talent relations, and then you have the other people that handle like their third party booking and all this other shit. And I'm just kind of like, man, let's just fucking make this more convoluted than it fucking needs to be. Yeah. Kind of like their writing fucking process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's have 85 people that don't know anything about wrestling.
Yeah. You look at all these like other big businesses, and there's 1,000 presidents or vice presidents of this department and that department and stuff like that, and it's all top heavy. It doesn't really always make sense. Just it's more cooks in the kitchen, and
Hey, kind of
I
like the
don't know.
post office.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah.
That's gonna get me some heat with somebody. So
That's all right.
I'll get a phone call at like 12:30. You said something about the post office. Yeah, I did.
Oh, he knows it's true.
Oh, he knows it's true for sure. And he'll be busting a gut when he listens to this, going, "Oh my fuck, these two motherfuckers are doing this shit to me right now."
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, it's like a lot of these places, like you said, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah,
I believe that's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's definitely where I fucking work. That's for sure. So,
Yeah.
especially in my position, there's too many cooks that try to tell me what the fuck to do. So, moving on from me getting heat and getting fired, they introduced the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship on Wednesday night. They gave it to the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners Dakota Kai and Rachel Gonzalez, who lost them immediately to Amber Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, who drives a tank down to the rings, I guess,
nice.
with green hair.
Yeah,
cool. All right. WrestleMania tickets go on sale March 16th, which is 3/16 day. Do you want to go?
No. Wait, is Goldberg gonna be there?
Nah, they haven't said yet, but wouldn't surprise me if Lesnar showed up.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So the network launches on Peacock officially on the 18th, which is this week on Thursday. So we'll see how much of a fucking shit kebab this is going to be.
Yep.
I hold hope that everything's going to go well. I think Peacock works great right now.
Yep.
We've been watching some old school Punky Brewster on Peacock with Brooklyn, and that's been fantastic.
Yep.
The Hall of Fame is going to be held on April 6th on Peacock and the WWE Network. And the first inductee for this year's class is Molly Holly.
Yeah, I saw that. So there's also been some rumors out there. I mean, started by Virgil himself, but Virgil keeps saying that, he's going into the Hall of Fame class, and everyone's been telling him basically to go get fucked. But yeah, he's making those like fake like Hall of Fame like picture things and posting in there. It's like they're not gonna put you in. You just posted a picture of yourself like a month ago with your ball hanging out. Like, you've been disqualified for at least another year. So
I could go and say so many things. And, I'm going to refrain from doing that because I will get heat with everybody. So we're just going to fucking let that go by. But no, they're going to induct last year's class too on top of this year's class. So expect that to be about fucking 24 hours of shit on that's never going to end.
Break it up to 2 to 3 nights.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's gonna go. So it's gonna start on Tuesday. It's gonna end on fucking Saturday because you're gonna have all these people talking about their mothers and their fathers and God and blah blah blah.
Billy Jim's inducting all of them.
Doesn't say. I mean, we'll argue about this right now because the 2020 class was Batista, the NWO, the Bella Twins, JBL, the British Bulldog, and Juicin' Thunder Lager.
Yeah.
I have a problem. Bellas can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And everybody else I'm okay with.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Do we have to do a faction now every year? Because is that what we're doing now?
Probably.
So who's next? The Rock and Sock connection goes in next year?
I hope so. I'm going to start campaigning for it right now. I'm actually going to write a letter to Susan Collins about it, see if she can get it done for me.
I like that bitch is going to do anything for me. Oh, that was bad. I get more heat. All right. Anyway, Daniel Bryan's gonna face Roman Reigns at Fastlane. Do they swerve us and make it a triple threat and add Bryan in?
I don't know.
Does it matter?
No.
All right. Oh, and the best news of the day for the WWE. I was on Raw Monday night in the crowd.
Yeah. Yeah. So if people noticed a ratings bump, it was because I was watching it just to see if I could see you. So.
Did you see me? Because I saw me.
Nah, I missed it. Like it was kind of.
If you watch it like the last hour, like the Orton Styles match, you can see me. Like I'm right. Yeah. There's a chick. I'm right above her, but like you can only see like this of me. So then I kept doing this to creep up. And then I can see, I'm like, I can see myself. So how the TVs are set up and the further back, they're kind of like, they're weird. So like I saw myself on TV. So I went, and then I'm like, oh, there. Yeah. Brooklyn and Barbie were dying laughing in the bedroom. Like,
Yeah.
So we won't talk AEW yet. We went to Bangor Brewer bowling lanes last night and we bowled. I forgot how much of a shithole that place was.
Yeah, it's a nice night out, though.
It was a nice night out. It was trailer park night at Bangor Brewer bowling lanes. I just got a thing that's just said to me. She came in and said stop, and I was like, I looked at her. Like, I don't care. I saw. Like I saw their computer system that runs the lanes, and I was like, man, they're like fucking older than me.
Yeah.
I mean,
they still run well. Like so, you still have to do the dial-up noise every time you.
It sounds like it. I mean, look. I'm no disrespect to anybody. Like, I get it. Like, times are tough. I get that shit. It was fun. We lost to an 8-year-old. Everybody. My 8-year-old was talking shit at the bowling alley. She'd get a spare and she'd go, take that, Pop. Come on, Nana. And she's talking shit to me and her mom. And yeah, she shot an 87 the first game and then shot a 78 in the second game. And she beat all of us that were playing.
God, yeah.
Talking smack.
Yeah. Got to get her in a league over there.
Yeah. Actually, there's no leagues because there's a sign on the door that says Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There's no public bowling after 5 p.m. I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless that's new. Unless our fucking cunt of a fucking governor lift shit, and we can actually do shit now more regularly.
Let people bowl.
Let people bowl. Let people bowl, Austin Powers. Oh, I'm going straight to hell. It's going to be a good ride. All right. So, all right. So that's my soapbox about bowling. I lost to an 8-year-old, and the place is just whatever.
Yep.
The food's cheap and the beer's cheap.
Yeah.
$4 for a tall draft. She was drunk on like 3, so it's all good. So
they used to have like a deal on like Friday nights, like where you could get like I think like 2 pitchers of Mountain Dew for $5. Oh, wow. so yeah, because I went with my friends and we all drink Mountain Dew, and so I was like, oh, can I get a pitcher of Mountain Dew? And they were like, well, it's 2 for $5, and I was like, yeah, we can probably do 2 pitchers. Let's do it.
Yeah, we can do 2 pitchers. There's only 2 of us, but we can do 2 pitchers.
Yeah. But we all hate sleeping, so we're fine.
Yeah, it's all. Yeah, what's sleep?
Yeah, right.
I think I went to bed at like 4:00 this morning, and it was like really 5. So it's all good. It's all good. All right, so we'll move on and talk about the AEW pay-per-view. I guess you want to call it that.
Yeah.
I was rather nice and gave it like I think I told John I gave it like a 7 out of 10. I was nice.
Yeah.
Everything you read, it was their biggest pay-per-view they've ever done, like gross wise and people buying it. but looking back on it and like watching it again, it wasn't very good.
It was my least favorite of their pay-per-views so far.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know. Like it just on paper it looked okay.
yeah.
But I guess how do you leave FTR and Telly off the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Not even put him in that stupid battle royal.
And how do you I mean how do you get into the the whole buildup of the ring's gonna explode, and then 2 or 3 sparklers go off, and that's it. But still, like they were pretending to be dead in the middle of the ring. That was that kind of killed it for me. Anything that I was liking about it, like it killed. I like when you do the finale for it to go out on a high note so that you're excited to watch the TV program the next week, and that just killed any momentum I had for enjoying that show. I mean, it was at the end, which is fine, but still, I was like all the buildup of that, and it just kind of sucked. So,
well, as Bully Ray quoted, this is a Vince McMahon quote. Everyone remembers the finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone will remember that finish forever
Right.
because it was god awful.
Yeah. I mean, you could at least, done something and make the ring collapse and make it look a lot better.
I mean, I think if they would have had a bomb go off and the ring like caved in, that would have been cool because people would have talked about that.
Right.
And Khan said afterwards, oh, that was Omega's fault. He can't build a bomb. That's what Moxley said too. He can't build a bomb to save his life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Well, no, you didn't do it right and you had a dud, and that's why nothing happened.
Yeah.
If you were worried about wrestler safety, then you shouldn't have had the fucking match to begin with.
Yeah, right.
You promote you're having a barbed wire death match and you promote all this crap. And then you come out and say, oh, well, we were worried about the wrestler safety. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had the wrestlers on with a shirt and jeans on. You have your referee in a fucking hazmat suit. It literally looked like I was going to get my was going to go see my proctologist to get his fucking finger out my ass, and he was so gowned up. Like, okay, that makes no logical sense.
Yeah.
And then Moxley whacks the Good Brothers like 8 times with the fucking barbed wire bat, and they bounce up like nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't hurt. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Bummer City. I don't know. I probably gave it maybe a 5 out of 10. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a maybe for me.
Yeah. I mean, were you excited to see Christian or Ethan Page show up?
Not particularly.
Do you know who Ethan Page even is?
Yeah, I knew who he is. Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, you're one step ahead of the game there. I was kind of figuring you'd be like, who the fuck is that?
No, I knew because he did some Limitless stuff.
He did. Yeah. All ego, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Who lost a lot of weight over the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at his vlog, he'll tell you all about it. And I'm like, cool, I'm not going to watch and I'm not going to lose weight because I don't fucking care.
Exactly.
I mean, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, man, I can't see my dick, but I mean, it's all good. That's either because my dick is shrinking or I'm getting fat. And I think it's a combination of probably both.
I just got really big thighs. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I got really big thighs that drinks too much coffee, Mountain Dew, and has a really big mouth. It's all good. So the pay-per-view we can say was really disappointing. But however, Dynamite was decent.
Yeah.
And the ending, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Like that ending was fantastic.
Yeah, it was great.
In case people didn't know, they had the Inner Circle fuck fest in the beginning, in the middle of the ring. Jericho's whatever, MJF's whatever, they're all whatever. Sammy Guevara comes out, which I kind of got, and then I kind of was like, whatever. Shows them a video of MJF being MJF. They all think they're going to turn on Jericho. They turn on MJF. He begs off like a fucking little bitch. The lights go out. And here's our favorite tag team in the ring with Spears, Blanchard, and Wardlow, and they beat the living shit out of the Inner Circle.
Yeah.
Which in turns makes MJF that much more of a hated fucking heel and turns the entire Inner Circle face.
Yep.
So they did kind of the double turn. FTR was kind of tweeners anyway, and Spears was kind of a heel, but Spears has been on TV in months.
Yeah, right.
So now they're officially all turned officially heel, and they officially made Jericho now the biggest baby face on that show.
Yeah.
Over everybody else.
Yeah. Which will be great.
Well, we had this discussion that we think Jericho's a better heel anyway, but
yeah.
I mean, now that he has this to work with, I mean, he could really thrive now because all that shit with the Inner Circle has been all comedy.
Yeah, right.
It's been all comedy. Like they haven't really been that serious. The only really serious shift they did was with Moxley when they took out his eye, which Moxley sold to death, even over in Japan, which you give him credit for because this is 2000 and that was 2020. No one sells that shit anymore, but he sold it to a T. That was really the most thing they've really done that was really bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were this bad tag team, but a bad group, but they weren't really bad. They were tweeners. Like, what heel gets their fucking music sang to them when they come out?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah.
And now with this, they're gonna cheer him even more.
Yep.
And they can do this. Remember that blood and guts match they wanted to do before the pandemic? That's gonna be the blood and guts match whenever that is.
Yep.
Whether it's at the next pay-per-view in May or whatever, but that's gonna be their next big. That'll be their stadium stampede for this year's what is it, All Out or Double or Nothing.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah, probably.
But it's gonna be, we'll see how they build it.
I'm pretty excited about it. I look forward to it.
So. I do too, because if they don't build it right, it's gonna suck.
Yep.
And that's gonna be and that's the issue I'm gonna have because you and I both know they can't build stories to save their life.
Yeah.
Is Adam Page a part of the Dark Order now? I said Dark Order because it sure looks like it.
Yeah.
And they've built that.
It makes sense. I mean, he's that's why he's always so depressed all the time and drinking alcohol and everything.
Well, I would too.
He's an outcast.
I would too if I was in that group. So
yeah. Right.
They got some good stuff. I want to see the Young Bucks get murdered by Phoenix and Pac.
Yeah.
I want to see Penta El Zero destroy Cody on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I like Cody, but I'm tired of Cody.
Yeah, same.
They're having a AEW Impact title match, unification match in April on an Impact pay-per-view. So, does anyone care about that?
No. I won't be getting it. So.
No. We have the Good Brothers versus Moxley and Eddie Kingston, who are now best friends again.
Yep. After he saved his life in the ring.
Yeah, he sold it. Yeah, man. John texted me and goes, "I felt bad for Kingston for selling that shit," and I said, "Yeah, me too," because he sold it great, but nothing happened. Like,
yeah.
Eddie Kingston's been thrown in barbed wire before, and and that hurt way more than that. Like that didn't.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe he got sucked in because of the smoke in the air, but it wasn't that much smoke.
Yeah. Right.
Sparklers went off and I went, huh? And man, I loved how they sold that too. Jim Ross, oh my God, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And then they're both like, nothing. Like, yeah. Man, there's more pyro that goes off at the beginning of Raw than what happened on that.
Yeah. Or when Cody comes out.
When Cody comes out and there's nobody in the crowd, just fucking pyro for him. What a fucking cocksucker. I don't know. We'll see what the St. Patrick's Day edition of a taped Dynamite will be, because it's taped.
Yeah.
They taped it
Yeah.
Thursday. Obviously, they don't tell any. There's no spoilers because they fucking will kill you if you leak spoilers. But
Yeah.
it's a tape show. We all know that. And then they're live on the 24th, and
Yep.
they have 2 months to build towards Double or Nothing, and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I mean, do the Bucks fight Pac and Phoenix then, or do they do it on a Dynamite?
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
mean, because who else having the Bucks beat? They beat everybody. There's no one left to beat.
I mean, they're the best tag team probably in wrestling. Maybe wrestling.
Fuck off. They are not.
It's still, I got a lot of emails, phone calls about how neither one of us had them on our list, but it's like I said, it was all subjective. It was our opinions, and that's fine.
Yeah, top 10 most overrated tag teams. Number 1, Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Top 10 spot monkeys of tag teams. Number 1, Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Number 1, top 10 false finishes in tag team matches. Number 1, Young Bucks. I mean, I don't really.
Yeah.
I mean, how many more false finishes can you put into a fucking match than just be like, dude, this is too much?
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, it's all good. It's what they do. They can do what they want. They have more money than us, and good for them.
Yep.
Anything else you want to cover about before we get to our list?
I don't think so. I think I'm ready.
All right. So we have our list of top 10 heel turns in wrestling. And I guarantee this is going to be different.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I guarantee it. I guarantee some of this shit you probably don't even fucking know happened.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Since I went first last week, you can go first this week.
All right. Number 10. Paul Bearer turning on The Undertaker. SummerSlam 98. In the Boiler Room brawl or whatever with Mankind.
Oh, that was 96.
96?
Mm-hmm. 98, 98 he fought Austin, because it's on right now on my TV.
Gotcha. Yeah, but anyway, the Paul Bearer turning against Undertaker. That was a surprise, to me at that age. So number 9, I've got Jericho turning on Shawn Michaels, putting him through the Jerichotron.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good.
Because that was when Michaels had ended. It was after it was the fallout of Michaels retiring Flair.
Yes.
And so and Jericho, I don't know. Yeah, the fallout was Jericho not thinking it was more of a big deal than Michaels did, and that was the riff. But
yeah, because Jericho wore a suit and tie then.
Yeah,
he was a badass.
Yeah. Number 8, I got I don't know if you want. Well, I don't know if you want to call it heel. It's kind of a heel turn, but the Mega Powers dissolving.
Yeah.
Over Elizabeth and all that, the jealousy that brought. So
that's a good one. I have that on my list too, but it's higher.
Yeah. Number 7, I got Owen turning on Brett in Royal Rumble 94. After they lost to the Quebecers, and so that was one of those things that Vince always said, brothers don't fight. But I mean that was a great storyline, before that and everything, but that was when it really broke. So I had that at number 7. Number 6, I've got Andre turning on Hogan. So him feeling it's his turn, he wants more of that, and so yeah, I put that on there. just him. The video of him like ripping the shirt and chain off of a Hogan, like that was so cool. This one, 12/17/18 episode of Raw. Vince McMahon comes out, then Triple H comes out, or Stephanie comes out, Triple H comes out, Shane comes out, and they tell the fans that they're gonna start listening to them and that their opinion matters. And everyone was like, finally, WWE is gonna listen to us. And then they were like, fuck you, here's more Goldberg. So I was like, oh, that was so great. I was like, that's so diabolical. That's so evil to like give people hope and then just fucking take it away.
I didn't even have that. Yeah, that was a good one.
Sergeant Slaughter, number 4, Sergeant Slaughter turning his back on America. Sergeant Slaughter, arguably the most decorated soldier in American history. And, to turn his back on America and join the Iraqis and the Iron Sheik. And, that was, he came around, and those are still some of my favorite him crying, saying how he wants his country back and all that stuff. But man, when he turned his back on America, that was, I couldn't believe that. But, and like I said, this is all opinion based, as we say every list. Yeah. And this one to me was just one of my favorites. But Owens turning on Jericho in the Festival of Friendship.
Oh, yeah.
Because I love that pairing like so much. And I mean, you could tell there was going to be a turn coming, but still, I love that. I love the play set.
Yeah, we both have the play set. So,
so that was my number 3. Number 2, Hogan joining NWO. I thought, because Hogan's like the greatest babyface ever of all time, and the NWO builds this mystery guy for a while, and then it turns out to be Hogan. That was kind of like a big shocker because Hogan was the babyface, and the NWO was just so bad. And my number 1, and it's my favorite, and I use it as a comparison a lot in life for different things. But Michaels putting Jannetty through the barbershop window. that's my absolute number 1. It's that's one of my favorites ever. So or is my favorite ever. But yeah, just so that's my number 1.
You know what? That's not bad.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be 1,000 times worse than that.
There are a few oddball ones, but yeah.
There are, but this is all opinion based. This is what
right. Yeah. Like I said, and these were all the ones that like I thought were really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made an impact in some way. So
yeah, we have 3 of the same.
Yep.
Actually, no, 1, 2. We have 4 of the same. So
yeah,
not too bad for us. All right, so I have an honorable mention that I'll mention first. The Austin turn at WrestleMania 17 is an honorable mention. I did have this higher, and then I got some advice from a friend and changed my list a little bit, my order and stuff. I had this as number 2 when I first did my list, and then I changed it to an honorable mention because at the time he was the biggest baby face in the company.
Yeah.
And they turned him heel, and it fell flat on their face.
Yeah.
Looking back, they should never have turned him heel. It didn't work because he was so cheered and so revered. If they would have left it alone, I think they would have made so much more money. But it is what it is. This was, that was back in what, 2001. It's 20 years ago. We'll just leave that there. It was
that's worthy for sure. So
I mean, I had it higher because of who Austin was, but then I got some advice and said, hey, you should probably move this shit around. So I put an honorable mention. My number 10 is Summer of Punk in Ring of Honor in 2005. Um, Punk told Gabe Sapolsky that he was joining the WWE and he was gonna sign a deal. He was leaving. He was giving his notice. He ended up winning the ROH title at a show in Edison, New Jersey in June of 2005. And he swerved the fans because everyone thought it was his last show. They did all this shit with him. People were crying, and he was crying when he won. And then he got on the mic and told everybody how stupid they were and how he swerved them and how much of a piece of shit everybody is and how he's the fucking man. And he literally ran out the front door into a running car and fucking left. Signed his WWE contract on the Ring of Honor title the next month in July. Had a 60-minute match with Christopher Daniels the end of July, and they had a time limit draw. He lost the belt in a scramble match or fatal four-way match to Jamie Gibson, a.k.a. Jamie Noble. Then had his final match against his former best friend, Colt Cabana, in Chicago, 2 out of 3 falls the next night. He came out. He was crying. He was all emotional because, as he said in his documentary, he didn't want to leave, but he felt he had to because he had nothing else left to prove. And the WWE, then, now, and most likely forever, is the place to be. No disrespect to anybody that likes TNA, AEW, New Japan, but the WWE is where people want to go.
Yeah.
Even though you and I hate their shit, a lot of our friends hate their shit, but that's the place to be if you're a professional wrestler, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
My number 9 is when Seth Rollins turned on the Shield in 2014.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
It was when Batista just left again. They just had that incredible triple threat match, or no, 6-man tag match at, I think, Elimination Chamber, or no, on Extreme Rules the night before. And then Triple H said he had a backup plan, and Rollins had the chair and beat the shit out of Ambrose and Reigns to end to go off Raw. That was great. That was a great heel turn for the time, and it made Seth Rollins that much more of the man then. Because if you think about it, fast forward 6 months or 8 months, he cashes in and wins the title at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So that's, that.
Yeah, and that was that that was one I almost put on my list too. The Plan B. Seth
Plan
Rollins.
B. Always have a Plan B.
Yep.
Yeah, they sell those at the pharmacy at Target right over the counter.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Just kidding. No, I don't.
My number 8 is when Paul Orndorff turned on Hulk Hogan in 1986.
Yeah.
This was when Orndorff was a face, and him and Hogan were tagging. I think they fought Stud and Bundy. I think it was either on Saturday Night's Main Event or on a random TV show. And Hogan knocked him off the apron, and Orndorff looked like he was hurt. And then he came back in and he clotheslined Hogan and set that feud off to fucking new heights that people didn't see at the time. They sold out Toronto on an outside venue for 70,000 people in the summer of '86, and that was the main event. They had that epic cage match in January of '87 on Saturday Night's Main Event where they both hit the ground, and they had to redo it because they said it was a tie. So then Hogan ended up going over. But yeah, that was my number 8, and that feud was great because, I mean, they were punching each other because Hogan was saying Orndorff would hit him with his forearm in the back of his neck, like legitly. And Hogan's like, "Hey man, that hurts," and then Orndorff didn't get it and kept doing it. So then Hogan had to rough him up a little bit. That's what he said in his documentary. I was like, "Holy shit!" They went to rival high schools back in the day, so they were even before, yeah. Huh. And Orndorff was, he was insecure. That's what, that was his character. He was insecure, and Hogan was getting the limelight when he was a face, and he didn't like it, and then he turned heel. Yeah. I know my shit.
Yeah, I
know. Number 7, I have The Rock goes all corporate at Survivor Series '98. where he turned heel and came up when fought and was with Vince McMahon and the corporation and had that title run and then lost to Austin and had those epic matches with Foley at
Yeah.
the beginning of '99 and then fought Austin in WrestleMania 15 and lost, and him and Austin feuded off and on for the next feels like 5 years really.
Yeah.
Austin broke his neck and was out and then came back and blah blah blah. So that's my number 7. My number 6, Brett screwed Brett.
Oh,
Vince goes
good one.
heel on Bret Hart in the November of '97, and that to me, that's when the Vince McMahon character was officially born. People
Yeah.
say it was when Austin won, and no, it was before. It was
Yeah.
way before that. It was when he went on TV with a black eye and said, "Brett screwed Brett."
Yeah. That's a good one.
Thank you. My number 5, of course, is when the Mega Powers exploded in February of '89, and it kicked off that epic WrestleMania 5 match, which, as I tell John, it was a one match show, and it was Hogan Savage.
Yeah.
Because that really was that if you look at that card sucked.
Yeah.
That was a one match show, and I don't care what people say. People can be pissed off me or not, but as a kid, I didn't think it was a one match show, but now I'm an adult, and you're looking at it, you're like, this really sucked. Like,
Yeah.
the Rockers fought the Twin Towers, like the Blue Blazer fought Kurt Hennig. Like, this stuff could have been so much better, but they just threw shit together just to throw shit together. So,
Yeah.
My number 4 is, I don't even know if you even know this even happened. You might. The Freebirds turned on the Von Erichs in World Class in 1982.
Yeah. I know of it, but that's it.
This all started on their Christmas night show where Flair fought Kerry in the cage, and the fans voted that Michael Hayes was a special guest referee. Terry Gordy slammed Kevin Von Erich's head in the cage, and it kicked off a feud that was fantastic and bloody. However, in '84, I think David Von Erich died over in Japan in his sleep, and that kind of killed the feud.
Yeah.
That kind of just that really and truly probably crippled that promotion when he died, and then a couple years later, then more Von Erich started to die. I believe there's only one Von Erich left, and that's Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
And he's got 2 kids that wrestle now, which is fantastic. But I don't.
Yeah.
I think all the other Von Erich brothers are dead.
Yeah, they are.
Which is really sad because I mean that was what could have been.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Kerry had one leg.
Yeah, he was missing part of his foot or something.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I didn't know.
He always had that gimmick boot. Yeah, I didn't know it either until
I didn't know.
I think like a Pritchard show or something when he was
Pritchard
talking.
Cornette said something about it, and I was like, kind of like, what?
Yeah.
My number 3 is when Shawn turns on Marty in January of '92. I put that as my number 3. I couldn't put it 1. I'm sorry. I couldn't put it 1.
It's an addict.
My number 2 is when Andre turned on Hogan in '87. That could have been 1, but it's not because Hogan during the NWO '96. That's 1. At the time, Hogan was stale, and nobody wanted to see red and yellow Hogan anymore, and they had to do something with him because he wasn't getting over anymore. People go, and I'll argue with people that he literally wasn't over when he first got there either. He did that shit with Flair when he first came in and won the belt, his first match in. Flair had a retirement match, and then he wrestled the Booty Man or Boogie Man at Starrcade, did the stupid feud with the Dungeon of Doom and all that crazy stupid crap. I'll argue Hogan didn't really get over when he first got there. Hogan got over then when he did this more so ever in WCW than when he turned. This would not have been number 1 if they would have turned Cena heel when they had the chance. That would have been number 1 because yes, Hogan was a huge babyface, but I think Cena is on par with being one of the best baby faces ever.
Yeah.
And if they would have turned Cena heel at any part and actually did it right, they would have made more money with him being a face. And I'll sit and I'll, you know what? And I'm not saying I love Cena, and I'm not saying that or anything like that, but they would have made more money with him being a heel than they would have as a baby face.
Yeah.
Because I mean, can you imagine? They booed him anyway.
Yeah, right.
I mean, they were booing him from the minute he won that title. They started booing him in 05.
Yep.
Can you imagine turning him heel? Oh my god, they would have fucking. Oh.
I wonder why they never even like toyed with it or any.
Because they viewed him as Hogan.
Stuff.
They viewed him as Hogan. Like they weren't going to do that. Like, you know, even when Hogan came back in 02, he wasn't a heel very long. Because the fans turned him at WrestleMania 18 against The Rock.
Yeah.
I mean, the people one night stand 06 when he fought Van Dam for the title and he came out, he was booed unmercifully to all those hardcore fans. Can you imagine 20,000 people booing him? They did it anyway.
Yeah, right.
They chanted Cena sucks forever.
Yeah.
Because it was the 5 moves of doom. That's all he had.
Yeah.
But hey, what could have been?
He'd be the perfect heel though. Like especially if you think about like with all his work with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, like a lot of those kids die like immediately after meeting him, you know, almost. So think of all like the dead kids that Cena left, you know, in a trail behind him. So I think that's heel worthy right there. Nobody kills that many kids. I mean, but so my friends wrote a song about it, and they call them the Angel of Death. Because when Cena touches you, you won't survive. Talking about going to meet all these Make-A-Wish. Yeah. So anywho,
I thought I was horrible. Man, they're going to hell for that. Like for real.
Oh yeah, that might not even be the worst one. But all their songs are kind of like that. So, but yeah.
Oh well, to each their own, I guess. So, I mean, I can't. Your list is pretty good.
Yeah,
I can't complain about your list like I did last week. It was doing pretty good. I mean, you got some ones on there that I didn't even really think of.
Yeah.
The whole McMahon one, that was a good. I forgot about that. That was a good one to have on there.
That was like, I mean, obviously the Michaels and Jannetty one. That was like the first one that popped in my head,
yeah.
and that was I'm like, so what are some other like good ones? And that was probably like the second one because I was like, those cocksuckers. I was like, they got us
again.
You know, people bitch for years. It's like, hey, you're not listening to us, and they came out. They made this big presentation. It was like, holy shit, things are finally going to start to change. And then they never did.
No.
So
no, they don't care about us.
That's okay.
No.
Yeah.
I had a virtual seat for SmackDown on Friday, but I was too sick to join. So
yeah.
So I it was weird because like I could see myself in the bottom corner of my screen, and then like you're literally watching Raw, and it's like a minute or two ahead of TV, and then you have a producer coming back telling you, okay, 2.5 minutes for break. 3 minutes to break, and then when you come back, you be really loud, cheer really loud, or boo.
Yeah.
And I just sat there like, this is kind of stupid.
Yeah.
You know what? It was cool that I got to actually do it like once. Like I actually was able to get in and do it, but I probably won't do it again.
Yeah. But hey, did anybody get any? Did you get any screenshots or anything of you?
I can't remember if I did or not. I got some shit, I think. I took a couple of videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took a couple of videos of me actually watching it, and it was just weird. Like,
Yeah.
if I'll go. I mean, I DVR'd it, so I can go on DVR and like pause where I am and be like, hey, that's where I was. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, but it is what it is. It's one of those things that's cool for people, but not for me.
Yeah.
That show sucked anyway, so it's just not.
Yeah.
I'm not excited for WrestleMania. I can't get excited yet. I don't know. I watched an Austin match against Mick Foley from '98. The pop he got, that's
Yeah.
never gonna be
I
anymore.
don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that. I mean, that was once in a generation thing. I mean, it's yeah.
I mean, I don't. I can't see anybody getting that reaction anymore. There's nobody even will come close. Like, Punk, when Punk fought Cena in Chicago and got that huge reaction, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like, even the Hogan pop and the Road Warrior pop and the Austin pop, man. That was so.
Yeah.
SummerSlam '98 when he fought Taker, he came out, man. That place fucking exploded when he came out.
Still, like anytime he comes out anywhere, like when he was, yeah, the WrestleMania in Dallas when he came out, like people still like go ape shit, like when it's just one of those almost like muscle memory things. Like you hear the breaking of glass, you gotta go fucking wild. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's lightning in a bottle. So you're not gonna see that at this point, maybe ever again.
Oh,
So,
no. All right, we'll wrap up a little bit, but I saw something on Twitter because we have a Twitter page that I created and I rarely do anything on. But I did see Jeremy Podcaster, Pondaster, whatever the fuck his name is.
yeah.
There's a rare Moxley figure that is like a Canadian. There was like, it's like super rare. There's maybe like 3 or 4 of them, and it's in the rares, and it's like it's all in French.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. And apparently there's our AEW ring with a Cody figure that's a UK exclusive.
Huh. Yeah, because I know, like, the American one was the Kenny one. So
Yeah, the UK is Cody.
No shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have not bought Series 3 yet.
No. Yeah, I got all but Pac in Series 3.
Yeah, I've not bought them yet.
Yeah.
I did find that Savage figure though that I sent you.
Yeah, that was cool.
Saw that at Target. I should have bought the Andre the day before at the Augusta Target, but I didn't. So now I'm kind of kicking myself for not buying it. But they're cool. It's cool. It's got, it's like they think it's from WrestleMania 3.
Yeah.
It's got that ring.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's really I haven't bought anything else recently. You bought any figures recently or anything?
I got that Andre Funko.
That's right. Now you got that deal.
When I originally saw it, I was like, oh, I gotta fucking get that. And then I forgot about it until, we were like a week ago, whatever, we were texting, and I was like, oh, shit, I forgot, I gotta get it. So I hopped right on eBay, like right then. And a guy was selling a few of them, like auction. I paid, I think, like $13 for it with shipping, which was a lot less than I thought I was gonna have to pay. So
yeah, and the best part about it is it's bigger than your other ones.
Yeah. Which that was like the big selling point. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like that's so I had to have it.
So let's see. This week we have Raw, which I don't think we'll watch. We have AEW, which we'll probably watch. We have the move to Peacock, which we'll see how that goes over.
Yeah, we'll be checking that out.
We have Fastlane on Sunday. I guess we'll preview it. I guess I don't fucking know. Edge is going to wrestle on SmackDown Friday.
Cool.
I do got to do one thing though. I saw this morning, or maybe it was last night. Apparently, Cornette pissed people off again.
Yeah,
He pissed
Yeah,
off Miro and Kip Sabian.
yeah, yeah. What did he? I can't remember what he called. Uh,
He called
what he?
Penelope something. It was fantastic
Yeah,
because he's not wrong.
yeah.
I think he's called a middle schoolish.
No, well, it was something that, like, he kind of alluded to her being a slut, but
Yes.
he
Yes.
called her. It was more creative than that. I just forget the term that he
All
used.
right. So Cornette said of Miro, he's being allowed to be himself. He is obviously a complete fucking goof. He has no idea how to get over it, no idea what got him over for a little while before in the other company. He does this stupid shit, and obviously he's enjoying himself doing it. He was paired with a kid that looks like he's in middle school and his slutty girlfriend.
Oh,
Now he's
okay, yeah.
been with a guy that sticks his hands in his pockets. Another guy looks like he cuts his hair with a pencil sharpener. Job guy underneath talent all the way. He has embraced this.
Yeah.
So Miro responds at the Jim Cornette, if you call Penelope a slut again, I'll come like God's wrath on you. You understand? I'll personally drive to your basement. People like at Jim Cornette bring not only pro wrestling down, but young women, men get abused and name called for 40 views on YouTube. And Kip Sabian said, legit at Jim Cornette, this is a total all talk wet lettuce. His funeral is going to be a joyous occasion. I'll be riding shotgun. Although we will let her kick beat the piss out of him. Okay. Just like he watches his wife, right, Captain Cuck? Jim Cornette. And then he goes on his stream and says, we don't have to worry about it. He's definitely going to die at some point soon. Then we can all dance and we can have a celebration. It will probably be one of the first times on the internet that I will post something like a celebratory post, And I mean that. I'm not even joking. I'm deadly serious. I cannot wait for that man to die.
Jesus Christ.
And then she replies, she wrote, I mean, he has multiple times, but let's people fuck his wife while he watches. So what does he think of her? She's probably the only person besides himself he feels bad for because he has a little dick, can't please her after 5 blue chews, and needs other men to do it for him. Cornette has yet to respond. This is gonna fucking go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'll say this here for like our 3 views that we get. He's not fucking wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Like, look.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to call anybody a slut or anything like that because I'm not. But he's not wrong about Miro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he's not wrong about Pockets. He's not wrong about friggin' Chuck.
Pencil sharpener.
Like, look, I love wrestling. You love wrestling, but I can do without Pockets doing moves with his hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
Right. I can do without Marco Stunt ever being on TV again.
Yeah.
But this is 2021. Like, this is what we have now. We don't have, we go back to watching stuff when we were kids because that's what we go back to. There's, these kids are going to go back to watching this shit when they're older and going to go, what the fuck was this?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I both, we like Miro. But they've done nothing with him.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah.
No. And no disrespect to what he's done, but they've done nothing with him.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, WWE had it right, like initially when they made him that, like, just killer, just like beating everybody. Like, it was great, and then they forgot how to use him, and AEW doesn't know how to use him apparently. So,
well, what got him heat was when Lana announced they were getting married on Twitter.
Yeah,
because they were feuding at the time, and that's what got him heat, and he didn't even do anything.
Yeah, right.
Sorry that they're a real life couple and they're really getting married. Ooh,
yeah.
People, people get married every day, like whether they work together or what. But because pro wrestling is a weird fucking business, they get all butthurt about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if this was 1986, you would never have known they were married because there was no fucking internet.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
And they would have
Yeah.
sold it, and they would have sold it if one was a heel, one was a face. They would have sold the shit out of it until they got to the hotel room, and then they would have got together. But you
Yeah.
would have been in separate fucking locker rooms, and nobody would have known.
Yeah.
Like I never knew Baby Doll was married to Sam Houston,
Yeah.
which is Jake Roberts' brother.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till I was an adult. I'm like, oh no shit, that's a weird couple.
Yeah.
But you didn't know. So did you watch the Dark Side of the Ring Confidential?
I did. Yep. Yeah. I didn't watch it live, but
I didn't either. I watched it the next day.
same thing. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like John messaged me during the day and asked me if I checked it out, and I hadn't yet. So I was like, oh shit. But it was on demand. So yeah, I watched it. Yeah, that night. So
How fucked up
that was
that
cool.
shit?
Yeah, I like number one because they asked the Paul Bosch question.
I know.
Which that's what I was that first episode I was like excited to like see, but yeah, so when they asked the question, finally she said no, that Paul Bosch is definitely not Gino's and I was only 16 when I got pregnant. So yeah, I was like, well, that's cool. I like that. I hope they do that with a bunch of them, because I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. It was good to see Conrad on TV, looking svelte, and so,
How about Gino's mom being married to Jimmy Snuka?
yeah, that was the other thing that was like, wait, what?
and then her father got with his mother. Like,
yeah.
I was in my office watching it at work on my computer, and my mind's going like this, and I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
And then Gino they said he had a bowl of cocaine in his a bowl of full cocaine.
Yeah.
Can you even imagine how much money that was? And that was like 85.
Yeah.
Imagine having a bowl of cocaine in your fucking pantry now.
Yeah, I know. Weird. What if
Fuck, I'm in the wrong business?
No, I know. Yeah, that was like fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a sad story, overall. Especially watch all those promos with him. It's like, oh man, he's so like Flair, like in a lot of ways. But
he was great.
Yeah. So it's kind of a bummer. What could have been, as you said. But
you find old shit on YouTube about Gino. I can watch that all day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like as Pritchard says, who has 2 hair versus hair matches in a year? Oh,
yeah.
That was Gino and fucking who was Shawn Michaels' buddy there? Jose. Who came out with Shawn in '96? Jose Lothario.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They had 2 hair matches in a year.
Wow. They need to bring those back.
Yeah, but they don't mean anything.
I know. Well, it could be an exploding haircut match.
Yeah, hopefully Omega's in and fucking loses.
Yeah.
Well, as Cornette says, Moxley, the dumb fuck balding guy. Did you listen to his podcast about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
He shit all over that show.
Yeah.
Only Jim Cornette can.
Yeah.
And he don't fucking care.
No. He shits on everything.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I gotta get online today. His collectible store goes live at noon, and they're gonna have his figures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to get his manager figure out because I don't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's the Christmas one where he's in the green and red, or it's the actual the original one. I don't care. I gotta get online. That just reminded me I gotta get online and look at that. So in about 41 minutes, I'm gonna get on JimCornette.com and go to his collectibles and see if I can get a figure.
Is he signing him and everything too?
I don't
Or?
know if he's. I don't give a fuck. No, not need
Yeah,
to
right.
sign it. Just give me one. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the, the guy's been in the business for 40 years and seen it all, done it all. I like him. People hate him. I like him. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like his
Yeah, I
political
like it.
stuff. I can't deal with his
Yeah,
I
same,
fast forward his
same.
political shit.
Yeah, same. That was like what turned me off. I'm like, okay, this isn't why I'm here. Shut the fuck.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. He calls Trump a dumb fuck. He's been calling him a dumb fuck for 4 years and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Look, dude, it's great.
Yeah.
Great that you have an opinion. We have opinions, which is fantastic. But
Great.
I don't want to. I'm here to listen to your stories about the Great American Bash, 1989.
Yep.
I'm here to listen to your stuff about Smoky Mountain Wrestling and early 90s. I'm here to listen to all the old stuff. I'm not here to listen to you bitch about Trump and going to the post office and yelling at people because they're standing too close to you and blah blah blah. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he mails the shit out himself.
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine?
Like, he's a pretty frugal guy. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. So
I mean, that's what we would do if we had our own business. We'd do everything ourselves. So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't really have anything that I want to sell. So
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to
All
sell
right.
any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if I drop dead, you can help Barbie sell some of this shit, okay?
Yeah.
Take what you want and then sell the rest.
Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't even know where to begin. She's like, where do I even start? I'm like, I don't know, let's give Matt a call or call Cornell and put him on eBay.
Yeah, call Cornell. Yeah.
Put him on eBay. Whatever. Yeah. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She goes, oh. I said, well, they can have what they want and then put the rest up. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody will like this stuff someday.
Yeah. Same thing with all my shit. I'm like, well, somebody else will appreciate it. Sell it.
Yeah. So. Whatever. Make some money. Buy some hookers and blow and do it off the rafts. It's fine.
Get your very own bowl of cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I've never done. I don't do. I mean, I smoke some weed and do some edibles, but I've never done anything else.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it on camera, but they're still recording, so it's
yeah. We won't. All right, so we're gonna end on that fucking note because I gotta hear about this shit. So, all right, so this has been the weekly wrap with Vachon and Rapp, and we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna hear about this wonderful. Have a good day, everybody, and we will see you next Sunday when we don't even fucking remotely talk about anything to do with WWE because it sucks.
Yeah. Peace.